Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I am Mark Cook. This is the Radio Vision Network, and we are moving right along on this fine Tuesday morning. Because guess what? I've got a financial architect here. That's right. You had no idea that architects could do more than just build buildings, right? We're worrying about your finances. It's finance time, baby, because I got Brian Powell from WealthGuard Financial Architects. Good morning, Brian, and welcome to Morning Coffee.
How you doing? Good.
I'm doing well. You're welcome. So, all right. So, a financial architect, right? These are guys that really just need to make sure that the money goes in the right place, stays in the right place, does all the right things. But we're not talking about these young guy investors. We're not talking about the hot shots, Wall Street stuff. We're talking about more of the end of life finances. Because look, this is just as important as in the beginning, because a lot of older people kind of have no idea what to do when you get towards the end there. So talk to us about how you guys fit into the whole scheme of things.
I love how you segued into that.
Thank
So
you.
WealthGuard-
This is my job, is what I
That's
do.
your job that you do?
Yeah.
So WealthGuard Financial Architects, the idea is that we guard people's wealth. So when you look at what are people doing with their money, they're told by financial advisors that they need to keep it invested in the market regardless of what it's going to do, because over the long haul it always goes up.
Right.
But it's like we just talked about a few minutes ago. If you have a life expectancy of 80 and you're 75 years old, why are you risking your money in the market? It doesn't
Right.
make any sense. The only thing that can help you is if it goes up. If it goes up. If it goes down, you could get wiped out because you're using money to live on, to spend with, okay? So people have these retirement accounts. The idea of a retirement account is you put money in there, you have this tax deferral, so therefore it grows faster.
Okay.
Well, there's a time where you have to take that money. So when you're taking money from an account that varies, goes up and down, right? You potentially could run out of money. That's one of the largest fears that people have, is outliving their money. So
Right.
let me just give you an example. The first thing that a financial advisor does or a broker does is they charge a fee. People don't seem to understand that, or they kind of just figure, well, a fee is a fee, and it's not going to.
It's just part of that money, and
right. So they just feel it's part of the way it's supposed to work.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, a guy has to get paid, but what is he really doing if he's a financial guy or a broker charging a fee? What is he doing for that money? Absolutely nothing.
Right.
What he's doing is he's answering the phone and he's saying you need to stay invested for the long haul.
Yeah.
Now that works for a 30 or 40 or maybe even arguably a 50-year-old.
Right.
But there's a point in time where you have to take a portion of that money off the table. Not necessarily all of it, but a portion of it to protect it because you need it in the future. Now in these retirement accounts, what happens? Okay? There's only two things you can do with money. Use it as income, spend it.
Right.
Okay? Or it goes to your beneficiary when you die.
Right.
Only two things. You use it for income, or it goes to a beneficiary when you die. Now, what's interesting to me, anyway, about a retirement account is that the money that's there is fully taxable as ordinary income.
Okay.
So when you die and you leave it to your beneficiary, they are paying taxes on all of the money.
Right off the top.
Off the top. So
Yeah.
let me give you an example.
Okay.
My son's in the Army. He makes about $25,000 a year. If you were to get a $100,000 windfall from his mother's IRA, as an
Okay.
example, for that year he made $125,000. What happened to his tax bracket?
He just got bumped
He
like
got
crazy.
whacked
Yeah.
like crazy. This is by design. They understand. So if you need the money and you're, say, 60 years of age, and now you're going to access that money to supplement your income or to supplement your Social Security or supplement your pension or whatever you have, that's fully taxable. It goes on top of the pension. That creates more tax.
Wow. So people don't even realize that. They end up putting themselves in positions where it's going to cost them more, right? By
I think that people realize it, but I don't think they realize the implications of the taxes, which is a very boring discussion.
Right.
But the thing is that what the emotional side of this is that as the market goes up and goes down, it's great if it goes up and you're paying somebody a fee, but when it goes down, you're still paying them a fee.
Right.
Did you ever play a game called Heads I Win, Tails You Lose?
Right.
Okay. So if you're a broker, the game that you'd be playing with me is you get paid no matter what happens.
Right. Right. For
No matter
answering
what.
the phone or typing in on a computer, right? That's really all. That's all they do.
That's it.
And that's where WealthGuard kind of steps in and is like, look, I'm going to clean up the mistakes of those guys, and I'm going to make sure that you're protected and taken care of, because look, those market fluctuations are what cause basically these older people to be in really bad situations. Because,
Potentially, right.
right, potentially bad. Look, everybody's situation is different, right? And this is not a hard and fast rule across the board, but this is such an important thing because
It really is, actually. It really is.
well no,
No,
that's
honestly,
what I'm saying.
People
So
have no understanding.
expand on it. I mean,
Well, if the market's going up and it's going down and you're taking money out, when the market goes down and you pay a fee, that's two ways you drew down the balance. The third way is the money you take out for yourself.
right.
So what you need to do is eliminate the fees and also the possibility of the market going down when you're further along in life, because you can't sustain those losses. I'm going to give you an example, okay?
Okay.
Here's a woman that comes to my office a couple of years, 2 years ago or so. She was bought out by Verizon, I think it was, or one of the, or Verizon, or it doesn't matter.
A bigger company.
Doesn't matter. So she retired. She had $400,000. It's
Okay.
a perfect example, and it's a bad example, but it's true. When she came to see me, she had $70,000 left. Now, how'd that happen? How did it happen? Because her financial advisor told her stockbroker, that she could take 6% of that $400,000 per year for the rest of her life and not to worry about the fluctuations in the market, because the market will return 6% per year. Okay? She lived through 2008, 2009 when the market fell. So as the market fell and she continued to take money out
right.
and continued to pay his fee, she eventually wound up with only $70,000. So she asked me, what can she do about it? Nothing.
Yeah, that's
Go
just,
back to work.
it's lost money.
Go back to work.
Wow.
So
that
she was able to
stinks.
avoid the down. By the way, the market goes up and it goes down. It stays flat.
Right.
That's all it does. One of the three things.
Right.
So anybody that tells me, oh, that doesn't make any sense, yes, it does. It does.
It does, and you know what? It's such a tough situation because when you receive like a buyout, like a $400,000 buyout, you're happy, right? I think she was probably excited, like, all right, cool. I've got this money. I'm going to manage it now, and I'm going to use it. And unfortunately, because of the way some of these other guys operate, she ended up being in a position where, like, wait a second, I have to come talk to somebody that actually knows what they're talking about.
Let's take it a step further for a second, okay?
Sure.
She has $400,000 in her IRA. Does she really have $400,000?
No.
She has basically $300,000 because the rest of it is owed in taxes to
Right.
Uncle Sam.
Yep.
So why are people risking money that they don't need to risk and money that they really don't have? It makes no sense.
It doesn't. And we're going to find out more about it because I'm so impressed. I don't know if you know this. I have an economics degree. So like all this
how
stuff.
about that? Good
Yeah.
for you.
So all this stuff is like, it's really interesting to me. And I really like your approach to it. So what I want to talk about, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I want to talk about who needs to call you like right now.
Well, I'm going to tell you when we come back the 3 places that you can put money.
Okay.
That's what we're going to talk about.
Perfect. Sounds great. I'm going to take a quick break here on Morning Coffee, but we'll be right back on the Radio Vision Network. Stick around.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facial, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at alicia@whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Coffee, I am Mark Cook. This is the Radio Vision Network, and we are moving right along on this fine Tuesday morning because I'm talking to Brian Powell. He's from... What, did you not like that? I caught a little like, oh, I don't know, this guy's a clown. What's going on here?
Yeah, you're having fun. I think it's good.
I tell you gotta have fun, right? It's morning coffee. I've had 10 cups of coffee already this morning. I'm delirious at this point, but
Okay.
whatever. WealthGuard Financial
Right.
Architects, right?
Yes, that's
So before the break, you did this tease, right? Like the ultimate TV tease. There's 3 places to put your money. I'm not going to tell you now. I'm going to tell you later. We went to commercial, and now we're back. You have to tell me, where are the 3 places to put my money?
It's pretty obvious, and I'm going to... well, I don't know how obvious actually it really
Under
is.
the mattress is one.
Well, there's some people that say that. First place you can put money is in the market.
Right.
Or any market, something that goes up and down in value. And in my mind, that would be in real estate, goes up and down in value. The money's locked in there. In the market, same thing, up and down. So you're subject to the ups and downs, gold, silver, etc. Anything that goes up and down.
Right.
So I call that the red line of risk. If you look at our website, by the way, you can see all this, which is wealthguard.net. Wealthguard.net is what it is. So
Nice. WealthGuard.net. Check it out. Open up another tab right now. You're on the computer, right?
Okay.
Open up another tab and go to WealthGuard.net.
There you go. So you can put money at risk in the market. That's essentially number one. Number 2 is a bank or even an insurance company where they're going to offer you a straight interest rate. So
Right.
the money's going to grow at a compounding interest rate. Albert Einstein talked about compounding interest being one of the mathematical wonders of the world. What he said is that those that understand it will collect the interest from it, those that don't will pay it.
Right.
That's what he said.
Right.
Now, compounding interest only really works with positive numbers. When you put a negative number and you have a loss, that's not compounding interest. That's what people don't really seem to understand. So you don't have compounding interest in a market.
Right.
In a market that can go up and down. So the second line is is the blue line. Okay, I like to call it the Einstein line. The idea being that it's going to compound. What do you have in the banks? 1.5% maybe today?
Maybe.
1% range, somewhere in there?
Yeah.
So it really
less than
doesn't help.
Less than 1.5.
Doesn't work. So people with conservative minded would put money, protect their principal, which is rule number 1, and then collect or use the interest to supplement. It's not enough interest.
Right. And real quick, just so people know, the principal is the amount of money that you're putting up. I mean, we got to break it down. Look,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the principal is just the amount of money that you're willing to invest or put in that account, right? Like right up front.
Right. So in the market or on that red line, you can actually lose that money.
Right.
So that's not a good
Right.
idea.
Right. If the market fluctuates down right after you invest, you're out.
Right. Second place is in that what I call the blue line, which is in the bank, let's say, a CD or whatever.
Yeah.
Interest rates aren't high enough. So what happened was life insurance companies, in order to compete in the 90s, in the mid-90s, 1995, they came up with an idea, a product called a fixed indexed annuity. Now the way it works is this. The interest is credited similar to a CD, but instead of a declared rate, it's a percentage of the market when it goes up.
Okay.
So if the market goes up 10%, right? If the market goes up 10%, you're going to get that 10%.
And they're going to lock it there.
They're going to lock it in. It's because it's interest. That's
How
correct.
often does that rate change?
Once Well, once a year is when they lock it in.
Once a year.
Right.
Okay.
Now they're going to cap that gain. So let's say they cap the gain at 10. That's a pretty standard number.
Okay.
And the market goes up 6%. Well, for that year, you earned 6%. It locks in. It becomes your money going into the next year. Now, the interest, when the market goes down, because we're looking to protect our principal,
Right.
when the market goes down, you don't lose any money because the life insurance company guarantees that principal amount of money. So for the year, you would earn 0%. Okay?
Okay.
So let me review that.
Yeah.
So if the market goes down, you lose nothing. So your principal stays exactly where you started. Okay? If the market goes up, you're going to get a percentage of the gains.
Okay.
The idea was that that would beat CD rates, and the thought was that it would lose out to the market because everybody thought the market outperforms everything.
Right.
That's what we've been told.
Well, that's
which
what they
is
taught
not,
us.
But it's not true.
Right. And it's
Okay?
never been true, actually.
And what's happened is a lot of these fixed index annuities, the good ones, because there's good ones and there's bad ones, all right?
Right.
Have actually outperformed the market. And they carry no fees.
So what's the benefit to the insurance company to do that? Is it just having a lot of cash on hand?
Here's what people don't understand about an insurance company. The insurance companies, they say, well, how do they make money? Life insurance. How does life insurance work? You have a life insurance policy? They're going to say no. So if you have kids, okay? So if you had kids, let's say you have a life insurance policy. Let's just say it's $1 million life insurance policy. I know what it costs me at my age. $4,000 a year. That's
Right.
what it costs me.
Mm-hmm.
For 15 years. Now, at the age of 65, between now and 65, if I die, my kids get $1 million. After the age of 65, age 66 and beyond, the policy goes away. It expires.
Wow.
So who gets to keep all the money?
Yeah.
The life insurance company. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So they have nothing but cash coming in. If I stop paying my premiums, who gets to keep the money that I paid in so far? The life insurance company.
Right.
So life insurance companies, by law, have to have a reserve amount of money, more money than they owe out at all times. They are audited once a month. It is the only financial institution that has to have a reserve, more money than they owe out.
Right, because
A
if they have
bank,
to pay, right? If they
Well,
have
yeah.
to pay out, that's the only way.
they have to have more than they owe out.
Well, and really, the only way you really win in that policy is if you die.
Right.
That's crazy. That is crazy how that
Basically-
scenario is.
Basically, it's 1 out of 100. We'll say.
Right.
But actuaries could tell you what the real numbers are.
Right.
But to understand, if we're collecting money from 100 people, one person dies, they finance the death of that person.
That's crazy.
That's how it works.
It's so unbelievable.
Now they have all this money. The life insurance companies have just a ton of money,
Right.
billions of dollars. So what they do is they invest it for very low interest rates of return. They're not like a person that's an individual investor looking for the highest yield,
Right.
because they have a wide base of a lot of money. So how they make more money is by recruiting people in, saying we're going to give you interest based upon the upward movement of the market. We're going to protect your money so you never lose it, so you're good through retirement, and they're making a very small amount of money, and they're passing the majority of the gains on to people.
Wow.
Because you got to understand, they have billions and billions of dollars. The only way that they can, because their yields will say it's 2%, okay, which sounds low, but 2% on billions and billions of dollars is a lot.
Is a lot of money, right?
Right. So if they're smart, because they understand, they know what the return is going to be. If their strike point is that 2%, that's their number. They earn that 2%. The only way they can make more money is bring more money in and widen the base. And that's what's going on. So a fixed indexed annuity for a person, a layman, a regular person with money that's in a retirement account, in my opinion, is the absolute best place where they would have their money. I'm going to give you a visual, okay? There's a thing called the rule of 100. And what it says is, based upon your age, that's what percentage of your money you should have safe.
Okay.
All right? So
Right.
you can't lose it. So imagine if you had all your money in the market and you were 70 years old, and the market fell by 50%. I know that's a dramatic number.
Yeah, but it's a good example.
Let's just say it's $1 million.
Right.
Now you have $500,000. You just got chopped in half.
Right.
Are you upset? Absolutely.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
70. How many years before you recapture that money?
Right. You
Seven to 8 years maybe, but you won't if it's in an IRA, because guess what they're going to force you to do? Take withdrawals.
Right.
And require minimum distribution at the age of 70. The government will force you to take money out, so you can't replenish it. Got it now?
Yeah,
the
it's
rule of 100
crazy.
says this: if a 70-year-old person Rule 100 says that 70% of that money should be in a place where it's safe. So think of a wedding cake. It's tiered, has a foundation, and then it goes into 3 tiers is what you think of, right? So the bottom tier represents 70% of your money. So that the top tier will say that's 30%. So you can have 30% of your money at risk, which will, in our example, is $300,000. So if the market goes down by 50%, you only are down $150,000 instead of $500,000.
Right, because that's the money that is available to risk, right? Because the other money is protected. The 30%.
Right. So the protected money belongs, in my opinion, in a fixed index annuity where it can never go down, but it will go up. Everybody likes when the market goes up.
Right.
Nobody likes when the market goes down.
Right.
So why are you invested where the money can go down when you're older? It makes no sense.
Protect yourself.
That's right.
It's such a nice concept, and this is why you need to get in touch with Brian Powell, right?
Yes, you do.
Anybody, look, I asked him off camera. I said, so who do we drive in, right? Is it anybody over 50? Is it like younger, like kids that are thinking about their parents? And guess what? It's everybody. It doesn't matter. We gear towards, or you gear towards end of life and older people.
It's 50 plus.
50 plus. If you're around 50, and we don't want to discount the younger folks, because guess what? You're a sharp dude.
There's other things.
There's other things that they can do with you, right? And so I want everybody out there, just hit wealthguard.net and get in touch. You've got a contact thing on the page there. Get in touch with Brian and see if he can help you out. Just talking for a few minutes with him, I could tell that he's got better ideas and he's more aggressive with your money than probably anybody else out there.
I would say less aggressive, a lot less aggressive.
But that's then we're gonna get bogged down in the definition, right? Aggressive, not in investing in high yield, high risk market stuff. Aggressive in, I'm really gonna take care of your money and do the right thing with it.
I want to help people.
You want to help them, right? You're aggressive in the service. You're not aggressive in what you're trying to do. On the back end. But
I like that better. I appreciate that.
No problem. We're gonna talk more about it in just 1 second. I got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with Brian Powell on Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network. Stick around.
Today's show is sponsored by Hargrove Demolition, your demolition experts. Hargrove is a family-owned and operated business right here in the southern New Jersey area, bringing you 45 years of demolition expertise. Hargrove has all your demolition needs, from emergency demolition service to demolition equipment rental. Hargrove is one of the state-approved recycling facilities right here in the southern New Jersey area. No job is too big or too small for Hargrove Demolition. Contact them today at one of their 3 locations.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Is that leather?
Welcome back to Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook, and we are continuing our conversation with Brian Powell from WealthGuard Financial Architects. So, Brian, we've been talking about like where people need to get their money, right? Where people need to put their money, but really what they need to do is they need to get in touch with you, because I feel like you're just so much sharper and you've got such a better outlook on how to protect people's money than a lot of the other guys that are kind of doing what you do. And you've got a cool style. And what I like about it is that over at WealthGuard, you guys are like, you're a cool company, right?
Okay.
You're fun. Okay,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Of course.
yeah, you deal with money and finances and all that stuff, and that bogs people down, and it's like, oh, I know it's important and all this
Do
stuff.
I look very stoic?
No, not at all. And that's the point, right? Because it proves that. I said, looks like you guys are having fun over there, and you're doing a good thing, and you were like, well, that's because we are.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a mirage. It's not a game. It's what you guys do, because it's dry stuff. Finances is dry stuff, and you got to figure out a way to make it relatable to people, easy to understand, right? I mean, when you were going back through your financial background, you think about it, right? Think about all the stuff that you learned that I could never explain it to anyone.
I'll explain it to you real quick.
Go for
There's
it.
3 things that I believe in: safety, a reasonable rate of return, and pay no fee, and to keep it simple. Those are the 3 things that I believe in. And if that's what people want, that's what we do. Come in and see me. That is exactly what we do. But we do have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you know what? A good example of that fun is you threw me a couple pictures here. Brad, throw up that first picture. Wait a second. Not just fun, but celebrities get to hang out too?
Yeah, no, it's not really celebrities. But
well, they look like them, right?
that picture is a client of mine. And to my right, that gentleman, and then to the left is a lady that does Joan Rivers impressions, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
she was out of control. She was at our last client event a couple months ago.
Ooh.
It was actually a circus. We
Oh,
actually had a
cool.
circus. We had actually circus performers.
Well, I could see the tent like kind of in the background there. That looks like maybe a backdrop, right? But there's a lion down there in the corner.
Yeah, we actually had a circus. It was like a Circus of Olay kind of a thing. And we had circus performers that came in and did aerials.
That's so cool.
And we had people on stilts, and we had all this crazy stuff going on, and we had little carnival games.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
That's so fun. I knew it was an impersonator, but we
I'm
could
tired of
have
looking at that.
still, even though she's dead, we could have said like,
She looks pretty good for being dead.
All right, let's go to the next one, because this next one is like a big luau party you had.
That was the year before. We had a luau party. That's my staff, that all the women. You notice that I hire only women, right?
They
Because
do the best work.
women are smarter than men, and that's the truth. By
That's
the way.
right.
That really is true.
And you know what's amazing about that picture is that they all work for you, and they're all smiling, and they all look happy.
Well, because there's a picture.
I'm just kidding,
Because
Brian.
there was a picture.
No, but honestly, that's the type of environment you guys have over there. You're a
I'm
team.
going to tell you here, real quick, okay? So the blonde, she works for me. The one in the front, I went to college with. She works for me part-time.
Mm-hmm.
The lady in the back with the dark hair, that's Marianne. She's been in the business for 27 years, so she obviously knows what she's doing.
Wow.
The dark-haired woman to my left, as you look at the picture, that's Marty. She was a client. And then to the far left, that's Morgan. She's my personal assistant. She's the one that takes care of everything.
That
So
makes everything happen.
She makes everything happen.
But it's really cool though, because just by that picture, you guys are a team over there. It's a team effort. You serve your clients in a real kind of special way. That everybody over at WealthGuard is on the same page, moving in the positive direction for your clients, and I just think it's a really cool dynamic.
I think you should come work for us. Your enthusiasm
You think
is
so?
just incredible.
I can listen. I got some sales experience. I've got I mentioned I've got my degree in economics, and let's go. Let's do it. No, it's listen because this stuff.
One of the things that's really fun, by the way. Last year I did 84 talks or seminars, and the way this works is for me is people come and listen to me speak. We go to the Capitol Grill. We go to the Madison. We go to where else do we go? We go to the library. Library 4. We go to there's like 10 different locations where we go. So this is very non-threatening for people. They can come, they can sit, they can listen to me.
Can I eat?
And they get fed dinner
Wow.
at the end of it. Yeah,
all right. So
absolutely.
when you're at the library or the Capitol Grill, let me know. Especially the Capitol Grill. That's right around the corner from my house. I'll hop over.
I was there last night.
Were you really?
I was.
I missed it by a day.
You did. Tonight we'll be at Lamberti's.
On Route 70?
Yeah, there's like 45 people or something that'll be there tonight.
Is that open? Can I invite people just to come down and check you out?
Yeah.
So, all right. So go to Aldo Lamberti's tonight on Route 70 in Cherry Hill.
They have to say that they saw this show.
Yeah.
You know, and you need to have at least $20,000 or more. I mean, that's really the thing. I mean, this is not about coming down and having a free meal.
Right.
But it is. But it's really the idea is this is to help people that need my help.
Right.
Right. So I joke about this. If the people don't have any money, I can't help them.
Right.
So that's the thing. But the idea of a seminar is that it's non-threatening. So people can sit, they can listen, and they can decide whether they like me, they like what I have to say. If they think I don't have anything to offer them, that's fine. They get to eat for free. It's all great, okay? If they want to see me, they come and see me. Fantastic. If they don't, I'm okay with it.
That's okay too.
Yeah.
Right. And it's
not
a nice
an environment of sitting in an office and a guy sitting and selling you anything.
Right.
That's not what we do.
Yeah, because you're confident in what you have, right?
Well,
It's like it's one of those things where like the sales guy is always much pushier. And he's much more over the top when he doesn't believe in what he's selling. When he's really trying to sell you.
Well,
I feel like you're just like,
if you want
it, great.
If not, I don't care.
It's so cool.
I know that's a terrible thing to say, but I don't mean it in that context.
Right.
I really don't.
No.
I mean,
and I understand it because
Yeah.
it's not a situation where you want to be in kind of in people's faces like trying to beat them over the head to make them understand. It's like, look, I offer these services. I'm going to protect your money to make sure that it does the best for you and your personal needs, right? If you want that, cool. If you don't, that's fine too.
You know, another thing that we do is clients, if you're a client, I have hundreds of clients, they can come to any one of those events for free at any time they want. And
That's
they do.
awesome.
They actually do. And what the result of that is that people get to actually say, hey, what's it like to deal with them?
Well, so that is your best probably tool, right? Because
they're told to tell them the truth.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just the truth.
That's
Just tell them what happened, right? So you've got an existing client and a potential in the same room, and it's so easy for you to say, hey, existing, talk to the potential. I don't have to say a word. Right?
Well, I don't really say that, but people
but
figure
you could.
out what it is. Yeah,
but you
I
could,
yeah.
right? Because your existing clients know how you work for them, and they're the best testimonial, right? To tell the potential client, look, I did it. I gave them. I started with my 20. I only had 20,000 to start with, but Brian, man, he took care of everything for me, and that's why I'm here.
My value is this: is that in 2008, when the market collapsed, people literally came into my office, cakes, cookies, Phillies tickets, kisses from ladies. I'm not kidding you. Because what happened is we saved them a ton of money.
Right. Because they were
And
protected
all their
while
friends,
everybody else went down.
All their friends were losing.
That's awesome.
That's exactly right.
So
that is the best part about what I do. Now, sometimes people say, well, the market's going up. How come I'm not going up as much? Well, it's not about that.
Right.
It's about how you're going to make sure your money lasts for your lifetime.
Right.
So there's a shift in thinking. And I won't tell you what this is, but if people come to my seminar, we have a quick little exercise that is mind-blowing to most people about what you think is true is not necessarily true. The market always goes up over time. Well, that may be true, even though it's really not. Does the market outperform everything? It doesn't. But you still may believe that. But what difference does it make if the market goes up over a 20-year period of time and you're 60?
Right. Right.
Does it make any difference?
Doesn't make a lick of difference, right?
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's a change in thinking that people have got to learn to adapt. And the ones that don't adapt in the next downturn are going to be really upset. And by the way, most people take their money out of the market after they've lost. They don't sell. They don't buy low and sell high.
Right.
They do just the reverse.
Right.
We're at an all-time high right now. What do you think you should be doing? I'm not going to tell you, right? Because I never tell my clients exactly what to do. But it's
Right.
at an all-time high. What do you think? What do you think you should be doing at an all-time high?
I probably would be taken out, right?
Yeah, let me give you, you're an economics guy, let me give you a very quick perspective, all right? In my opinion, the market's been manipulated. When it fell after the internet boom, what you saw was the only way that a market goes up is they get more money to go into the market.
Right.
So how did they do that in the early 2000s? They told everybody, encouraged everybody to take a mortgage on their home. And everybody thought, oh, their home was always going to go up in value.
Right.
Okay. You're a little bit young, so you maybe remember this, but you didn't experience it. Everybody thought. So they took money out of their house through a loan, and they put in a pool. They went to Disney World. They did whatever they're supposed to.
Bought what they want, right?
Then the whole thing collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that they encourage people to take mortgage loans is because it creates money out of thin air. It's money that didn't exist. So when you have more money that comes into the market, it drives prices up because money goes into the market. When that collapsed and fell apart, the next way that the government got involved in this, because that was the government that did that, okay? Irrational exuberance is what the chairman, what the hell was his name? I said the bad word.
Irrational exuberance?
When the people were buying, or taking mortgages out in their home, because it wasn't going to last forever.
Well, yeah, these loans were propped up on toothpicks.
Greenspan, he's the one that made that
Okay.
comment. So then when the market fell, the next way the government drove it up was through what's called quantitative easing, which is printing of money.
Right.
So we're going to print money.
Right.
Oh, okay, you're going to print money. So what it does is it reduces the value of money.
Right.
But it drove the market up so the numbers look good.
Right.
But that car that cost you $28,000, the same car today is probably 40.
Right.
Or whatever the heck it is. Because of what they've done, they've devalued the dollar. Now in Europe, what happened last year, the European market fell by about 50%. Okay? So what did people do? They took their money out and they put it into the banks in Europe.
Right.
To encourage people to put money back in the market, there are pockets of banks in Europe that are charging you to hold money.
Wow.
Think about walking in a CD at a bank, and they're going to charge you 20 basis points. In other words, 20% of 1%. They're going to charge you to hold your money. They're not going to pay you interest. What it is negative interest.
Wow.
And that is going on right now in Europe.
How's that legal?
They can't take mortgages to print money and to force the markets up. That ship has sailed. The second thing is the quantitative easing. They can't continue to do that.
Right.
Because it just devalues money.
Right.
So when the market falls again, this is a prediction. Doesn't mean I'm right or I'm not. I don't know. But I just know what's happened in Europe. The next thing, when the market falls, I believe what you'll see in the United States, it could happen, where you walk into a bank to put it into a CD, and they're going to charge you money to hold it there. Because eventually people are going to get tired of paying for somebody to hold their money. But right now in Europe, all they care about is, I don't want to lose this money. I'm willing to pay you something so that I don't lose it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Eventually, people will get tired of
paying. Right.
And they're going to take it and put it in a place where they feel like they have a chance to make something.
Right. But don't have to pay to hold it.
Yeah, how do I make money on my money? Eventually it's to put it into the market. And quite frankly, the European market, if you look at history, the way that it fell is probably a good place to put it, even though people are still scared to death because they don't know that it really is. So as a result, they pay to actually have a bank hold their money. That, in my view, is coming attractions to the United States.
Wow.
Now, is that a horrible thing to say? Maybe so. Do I know if I'm right? I have no idea. Well, I'll leave you with this. One of the first guys that when I got involved in this 15 years ago, I talked to a guy named Tom Seeley. I lost a lot of money in the market. I said, Tom, tell me what's going on here. He was a financial advisor, 80 years old. He said, Brian, financial advisors are only people. They have no idea what's going to happen in the future.
Right. They can look at all the numbers, they can extrapolate whatever they want, but they're not.
They're speculating.
Yeah, exactly.
They have no idea.
It's not an exact science, and man, your stuff is fascinating. And what I think is cool about it is that you're trying to predict and you're trying to kind of see what's going to happen. It's not a prediction, but it's more of a
trying to give people a sense.
Be aware
of what has happened overseas which may happen here. You're talking about the negative interest rates.
Yeah.
So how else do they drive the market up? Tell me. How else do you do it?
What? How else do you drive the stock market up?
The only way that you can drive the stock market
you dump
up,
money. You bail out the companies that are.
No, more. Okay, all right. More money has to go in than's there. That's it. So they have to create more money to drive the market up.
Right.
How are they going to create it? They can't mortgage it. They can't print it. What's left?
I need
negative interest rates, my friend.
Yeah, I need everybody out there to come and talk to you. I feel like that you could help. You could help so many people.
I can help every single person that's watching right now, as long as they have some money.
Right.
Right. If you don't have money, I can't help you. I know that sounds.
It sounds rough, but it's the truth.
It's true. Yeah.
So listen, here's what I want you to do. Right now, I want you to look at the camera 3 and just give everybody your information. Tell them how to get in touch with you and how you can help them and all that. As our old coach used to say, the time is yours.
What was your coach?
Andy Reid.
Our own coach.
Old football coach.
Do you like the new one we have now?
I like the new. Well, we're 2-0, baby.
I coached his son in Morristown. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
He's a great athlete, that kid.
Yeah, he's playing in college now.
That's the other one. The one that I coached is a golfer.
Oh, he's got 2 sons.
He does.
I didn't know that. I don't know his family tree. I just know that he.
It doesn't matter. So look, if you want my help, well, here's what I'm going to suggest that you do. You can call my office. I'll give you a phone number. It's 856-273-9609. Talk to Morgan or Marty and tell them that you saw me here on the show and that you'd like to come to one of our free seminars where you can meet me live and you can hear me speak, and I will go through all of this in detail and exactly how it works. And if you like it, you come and I'll help you protect your money. If you don't, it's fine. You get a free meal at a very nice restaurant, and they have a whole litany of different places that we're going to be. So the other thing you can do is you go to wealthguard.net, wealthguard.net, and you can look at that and you can decide whether I'm worthy of your time or not. I believe that I am, and I know that I can help everybody. I hope to meet you sometime soon.
That's awesome. He is Brian Powell. He is from WealthGuard Financial Architects, and I thank him for spending a few minutes with me this morning on Morning Coffee.
You're welcome. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, this was great. So get in touch with him. I think the easiest way to do it would be to just hit up wealthguard.net and get in touch with him. Got it? All right, everybody. That's going to do it for Morning Coffee this morning. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow. So we'll see you then on the Radio Vision Network.